Stuart, I have a question. Could you talk about that when the deeper that I seem to go within myself, the more tension and more discomfort that comes with that?
You know, I talk about that all the time, Tabitha. Look, you have in your lifetime repressed all kinds of experiences, many of them extremely negative. And it's not just you, it's everybody, myself, every human being does this. You know, and we find when we repress these things, it's a way of somehow kidding ourselves that we have gotten through them. These things are buried inside us. They're buried very deeply in the unconscious, inside a human being. And when you start doing, or you do this meditation practice, you're like plummeting the depths of your inner self. And you're going to hit pockets of these kinds of tensions all the time. And it's not a negative thing. It gives you the opportunity to truly clean out your system so that you can build a healthy and really strong chakra system that will link you to higher energy in the universe. That's what this is. You understand? It's like drilling for oil. You got to go, sometimes, 10, 15 miles into the earth in order to hit a pocket of oil. And our work is very similar. You have to go deep inside. As you keep going deeper, you hit, and most of the time, stronger pockets of energy, things we have repressed in ourselves many years ago, for God's sakes, many lifetimes ago. So it's not to think that something is negative happening. It's not. You are releasing. And you have the opportunity to transform all of that repressed negative stuff into energy that moves through the chakra system and, burns up, it dissipates, it disappears. If you didn't have experiences like that, I would be very concerned. I mean, so don't get down on yourself because you suddenly have some negative thing happening. Okay. I can and have the spiritual development to transform this into my spiritual life.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Does anyone else have a question they would like to ask? It's perhaps one of the most incredible things about this exercise that we do. As you evolve and grow in it, you get this kind of capacity that no matter how strong the negative experience, you can turn it around. You can turn it into energy. You can draw it into the third chakra. You can transform it into chi. You can draw it through the sexual area to the base of the spine, where the force of Kundalini will completely dissolve it, burn it up. I mean, the amount of heartache and problems this solves is incalculable. Without having learned this, I could have never in my life survived myself.
Thank you, Stuart, so much.
You're welcome. Does anyone else have a question they would like to ask? So just an addendum to that. The negative isn't necessarily, a dark experience. It's just, a reminder that we have this living inside us. We also have the training, the development, the knowledge of how to use the mind, the breath, the chakras to transform all of that stuff. Does anyone else have a question? And all this is about is just getting past oneself so that we can keep our hearts open and we can live here with love, with joy. We can live here as happy people. We can have a sense of humor about life instead of being a victim of life. That's the ultimate goal. I've always said it, happy people are enlightened people. But not, only when you win the lotto or something incredible, all the time. Your heart's open. You share that with your family, with your friends, your work, your whatever you do during the day. Does anyone else have a question? Okay, if there are no more questions, there will be another class on Thursday. God bless you all. Thank you for being here, for being part of this. Your presence here is like a miracle in my life. And the very presence of each and every one of you really demands that I have to grow inside. I have to find a place in my heart for everyone who attends these classes. As I said last night in the class, there's no likes and dislikes and opinions about people. It's just everyone has to fit. Because this is really in service of God. It's not in service of one's ego. It's not in service of what one's opinions are about life and people. It's really passing on this amazing teaching so that people can use it in their life, and hopefully they will grow to the point where they can truly pass it on to other people as well. So thank you, bless you all, thank you, and I'm looking forward to seeing everybody in class on Thursday. God bless you.
Thank you, Stuart.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Bless you.
Good night, good afternoon.